Fitness, Phil. Disrespect, I break your neck and then I flex.
Steady as she goes, dude, and crank up those tunes.
It comes in denim. It comes in denim. It comes in denim.
I'm finally done with Sorrows. Thankfully, I'm done with the game, and we'll talk about what happened back on Thursday night that led to this decision, because this week I want to do a tremendous amount of new stuff for you guys to keep things fresh and stop playing these games that literally aren't worth playing anymore. All right? And we're going to talk about Pokemon cards and all the stuff that's been going on the internet in regards to that. We're going to talk about all the drama that's involved with LTG right now, which is pretty crazy, and more. There is so much to talk about. It's going to be a great show. Sit back and relax. All in all, now that I'm done with it, I want to give my final thoughts on it, okay? And that's going to be brief. Don't worry. This is not going to be me, like, dragging it out. Sorrows is the sequel, but not really, to Returnal. Okay, Returnal, if you remember, came out in 2021, the spring of 2021 to be specific, and it was one of the very few console exclusives games for the PlayStation 5. At the time, people were very hungry for exclusives for PlayStation 5 because it was a very expensive console. It was hard to get. And if you ended up getting it, well, you wanted games that were exclusive for it, or else what did you buy the console for? So when Returnal came out, being that it was a roguelite, whatever you want to call it, it actually resonated with a certain audience because they were like, ooh, usually these kind of games aren't on console. The game admittedly was pretty, okay? And I think that that game, if you want my honest opinion, got overhyped solely on the fact that it was a PlayStation 5 exclusive. I feel that if Returnal had been cross-platform, all right, it would not have gotten as much praise and hype as it did. The thing is, people were really, really looking. They were salivating for good games on PS5, so everyone ran out and bought it just because it was a console exclusive. I'll compare this very similarly to last year, games like Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza, which aren't horrible games, but certainly aren't great system sellers, yet everyone ran out and bought them because they wanted exclusive games for Switch too. It's the same situation here, okay? Now, the weird part is, it's 5 years later, and the game developer Housemarque, this is their next game that they come out with called Sorrows, and you would think, oh, it's been 5 years, so they're going to make a newer, better game. It's going to have a lot more features. It's going to be better. No. No, it's been 5 years, and Housemarque literally made Returnal 2, except that the cast is different, okay? And it has some tweaks to make it a little bit of a better game. For example, every time that you go through one of these loops, killing these insane amount of bullet hell enemies, okay, you gain experience points that you don't lose when you die. So no matter what, even if you have a horrible run, you can still level up between your runs and hopefully beat the stage so you can get to the next stage and make progress. And admittedly, I'll say this, I haven't gotten stuck playing Sorrows in some of the ways that I got stuck playing Returnal, because you're always getting more, better guns, or higher proficiency guns, but I should say that you find higher level guns, and you're getting more health, you're getting, more abilities every time. That's good. It's not wasting your time. The problem is, it's the same game. Sorrows is Returnal, again, only now with always progress. So, that's all well and good, except that Sorrows is also harder than Returnal. I got to the 5th world out of 9, and I can already tell you that what I'm facing in Sorrows level 5 is harder than the entirety of Returnal. Okay? And that's good. It's good that they made it tougher. The problem is, it's the same game. And they didn't even call it Returnal 2. They called it Sorrows. Now, the worlds of 2021 and 2026 are very different worlds. Okay? Now, the PlayStation 5 is solely dominant in the console market. Now, you might say, well, the Switch 2 sells more. Doesn't matter. What we're talking about is when you're talking about console-exclusive games and where people go to play games. Back in 2021, there was direct competition between Xbox and PlayStation. So it was important to have PlayStation-exclusive games. In the last 5 years, Xbox has failed miserably. Xbox now is barely even existing any further as a console manufacturer or game developer. So because of that, okay, we've got a situation where this game comes out, and to be honest, 5 years later, almost no one even knew it existed. I couldn't tell you how many people back in 2021 absolutely demanded that I play Returnal because it's a PS5 exclusive and they want to see me cover it. Versus Sorrows, most people didn't even know the game had come out. And when I started playing it, they were like, what is Sorrows? I know. It didn't seem to get the media coverage. It didn't seem to get the promotion, the marketing. And certainly, it didn't seem to have as much pull. In fact, here we are, almost a month after the release of Sorrows. The reports are it's only sold around 300,000 copies. Compare that with Returnal, which again, being one of the rare PS5 exclusives, sold 1 million copies relatively quickly. So that's really bad that it's only doing 1/3 as good as the game that came out 5 years ago. It's actually pathetic. And to be honest with you, I can see everyone maybe playing Returnal once and saying, okay, I saw what it is, that's interesting. Who wanted to play that game again? Like, when I play a roguelike or whatever, I enjoy the formula, but I want to do it in a different way. And in the last 5 years, so many different roguelikes, right, have come out. So many. And the truth is that they're a dime a dozen now. You can get a roguelike of any genre, right? You can do one that's shooting. You can do one that's an RPG. You can do one that's a card game. There's so many. So it's not special anymore like it was 5 years ago. It just isn't. This formula is kind of played out at this point. If you're going to do it, you need to do it in an original way. And that's not what Sorrows does, okay? So for me, I've played Sorrows for almost 20 hours. And to be honest with you, you're thinking, oh, it's going to be getting better. No, it's actually not. It's getting more boring and worse the further in that I get. It started off strong, but now that I'm in World 5, it's actually getting way too grindy, way too repetitive. And quite frankly, I don't really have incentive to keep going. The audience has told me they're bored. The support has dried up on the streams. Why on earth would I care about continuing with Sorrows? And the answer is, I don't. I have no incentive to beat the game. I'm sure there's no good ending, just like Returnal had an awful ending. I'm sure Sorrows also has an awful ending. There's no pot of gold at the end of this rainbow. I'm not enjoying the game the further in that I play. I'm not one of these people that gets a crazy amount of satisfaction because I beat a difficult game. I mean, if that were the case, I'd be playing every Soulsborne style game out there, and I don't. In fact, I told you I'm bored of them. I'm looking for unique experiences, not just difficult ones, right? So, the truth is, we're all tired of it. And people have been saying, well, why don't you play this game? Why don't you play that game, right? Why not play Forza Horizon 6? Why not play The Baby in Yellow? Why not try a new indie-style sim game like the trading card store game? Why don't you play Subnautica 2? And I'm like, I can't. I'm playing too many games. Why? Why am I playing this game? What is it benefiting me? It's not. I'm really not loving it. You're not loving it. The support's not there. Why are we still playing it? It's not 2021 anymore where I'm stuck playing games that no one likes. So, time for the highway for Sorrows. Hit the bricks. So, FYI, it has been a hell of a week on Kick. There's been so much nonsense over there last week. Oh, excuse me for a second. Our first flex of the week. Yeah, frog. A week beginning flex here on the podcast. Very nice. That's a good way to start the week right there. My hair is bothering me today. You see it's like puffed up in the back for some reason. Whatever. I'm just going to leave. It's going to look stupid anyway, no matter what I do. So good stuff there. All right. So let's do these shout outs. All right. And then let's get to the Pokemon card thing. That's the next thing I want to talk about. But anyway, to end with Sorrows, if you like Sorrows, good for you. You're welcome to like it. It just doesn't fit my kind of content, sadly. Oh, yeah, come on. It doesn't work. It doesn't look... Oh, there we go. That's better. It was the wrong angle. There we go. See, I have to do it at the right angle. Then it flexes well. Come on. There you go. How you like that? The 2-arm flex. So we ended up opening 3 packs of this during my first podcast of having them back on Thursday. I thought the segment was fun and funny because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't even understand, like, what are good cards or whatever. Now I know it's the art cards, which is supposed to be like the full card is a piece of artwork. those are the valuable ones. And I did get one of those, but sadly, it was like the elixir, so it was like a very low value one. Okay, but now I know kind of what I'm looking for as I open the packs. But I had no clue. I was completely ignorant, right? So I do it. Now, here's the thing. I'm doing it for two reasons. The first reason I'm doing it is that I do think it adds an additional level of interest in my content. People will be interested to see, hey, did Phil get anything today or whatever? That's kind of cool. But on the flip side of it, I did it because I know that there is a insanely obsessed community of people on the internet based around this as a hobby. And I knew that it was going to basically get people talking, and it did. Because I'm not kidding. Apparently, over the last 2 to 3 days when I've been gone, okay, people on the internet have been talking about DSP is opening packs, and oh my God, he's a greedy, grifting scammer because he's charging people to open packs on stream, and he doesn't even give them the cards and this and that, to which I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? I'm not a Pokemon card streamer. I didn't start a new channel called DS Unpacking, where now every day all I'm going to be doing is unpacking cards, and I'm going to be making video content around it. That's not the point. The point is I'll be doing this as additional pieces of content of already existing stuff, okay? And I think it's cool as something new to do. I mean, I did it with the WWE cards last year. And by the way, when I did it with the WWE cards, nobody cared. There was no complaints. But now, because it's Pokemon cards, apparently now I'm doing it wrong because it's Pokemon cards. How dare I do it with Pokemon cards? Because there's a big community around this. For what I'm going to understand, people are like, oh, there's other people, and the content they actually put on the internet is that they sit there and they'll say, oh, I bought a box of cards, and this is a box unboxing stream. All I'm going to do is unbox cards this stream. And they'll go through the entire box in one sitting. It takes hours sometimes to go through, but people will give them contributions during the stream so it pays for itself. Okay, I never had any intention of doing that, nor is that this channel, right? Does this look like a Pokemon unboxing channel? No. Apparently, there's other streams that people do where people will be like, oh, I want to give you $50, and for $50, you'll undo a pack of cards, and then you'll, like, give them to the person. You'll mail them to the person who gave you the $50. Well, I'm not selling Pokemon cards. I never said I was going to sell Pokemon cards. And it's just hilarious to me, because anytime that I do something, people try to compare it to what everyone else already does. I don't care what everyone else already does. I don't give a fuck what any other community does or what they think that the criteria are. That's not what I'm doing. This is supplemental to a gameplay stream or a podcast. It's just an extra thing I'm doing. It doesn't mean that I have to sell cards, open entire boxes, or do it in any way that anyone else does it. Tough shit. I'll do what I want because I'm DSP, and I've been here longer than everybody else, and I'll be here longer than anyone else that does this shit. I do things in a different way because I march to the beat of my own drum, and either you like it or you fuck off. It's that simple. I don't give a shit about your criticism. Your criticism's invalid because you're an idiot. No one cares about your fucking opinions around here, okay? I don't care if there's a community of card openers who are mad at me. You can kiss my hairy ass because I'm going to do this however I want because I bought the box of cards. It's in my hand, not yours, and I could do with it whatever I want. I could light this box on fire live and destroy all the cards inside. That would just ruin all the value of what could be an ultra rare card. I could give the cards away. I could keep them for myself. I could wipe my ass with them. And it's none of your fucking business. So kiss my fucking ass, and I will do with these as I so choose. And you'll like it because I'm DSP and I am the king. So, in regards to... Chair's not in the center. Well, the reason that I had 2 days off the last couple of days was because I had an exercise machine that was arriving. I needed to not only be here to receive it, get it in the house, but I also needed to get it upstairs to where I was going to build it and set it up for use. That was going to take a tremendous amount of time and effort. There was no way I was going to be able to do that on a day when I was streaming, okay? But in addition to that, I had my usual stuff that I needed to do, my errands and stuff. And so I took an extra day off this week in order to have the time to do it. So how did it all go, okay? Well, the machine arrived at 8 a.m. I was told that I had a window between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. that it was going to arrive. And I was like, oh, it's a 4-hour window. So I got up early. I literally just had gotten out of the shower. And I received a text message saying that they were going to be there in like 10 minutes. I was like, oh, shit. Okay, well, I guess let's get it over with then, all right? Let's get it here early. So it actually showed up really early. And I was like, oh, okay. And the guy basically rolled it up, and it was multiple boxes. It was 3 boxes. Okay, first there was this really giant long box that basically had all the steel and the components to build the frame. And then there was 2 other boxes that were small, but they were insanely heavy because they contained all of the stack weights that were for the gym, the weight set. So he basically rolls this up, and it's on this big pallet wrapped in plastic. So he starts breaking it down in front of my house. I'm like, all right, cool, let's get it in. And we each grabbed a box of the weights, which were super heavy. Each box was like 75 pounds each. We just got them in the front hallway because damn, they were heavy. And then the other box was probably around 200 pounds, I think. But we were able to get it in together. We each grabbed an end and got it into the hallway. And so he's like, oh, so can you get, you can throw out all this trash, right? Because all the plastic and everything was in front of the house. I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. I'll throw that out. No big deal. And so he drove away. And I'm like, all right, so now I got to figure out how am I going to get all this stuff upstairs? Because it's actually, the exercise machine is in my bedroom in the storage nook that I used to call it, the nook. It was basically, it could be used as an exercise room. It could be used as an office. So we're going to turn it into an exercise room, okay? So I'm like, all right, so how are we going to get it up there? And I'm trying to figure out, I think the best way to do it is to break down the boxes themselves and just individually take the things upstairs. There's no way I'm going to get 75-pound boxes upstairs. There's no way that I'm going to get this 200-pound box upstairs. I just got to break all the components, individually. So I'm about to start breaking the boxes open and do that, and I look out front. I said, what the hell is that in front of my house? Okay? There is a giant wooden pallet just sitting in front of my front steps. And I'm staring at it like, was that not part of the shipping that the guy brought it in? Like, why did he leave it? It's huge, by the way. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? So I called the shipping company. I said, your guy left this giant wooden pallet in front of my house. Like, what am I supposed to do with it? It's not mine. And so they called around and they called me back and were like, actually, so weird thing. I guess the company that you bought the weight machine from, the way that they store their weight machines is they just have a wooden pallet and they like wrap the machine boxes to it. And technically when they deliver it to your house, you now own that wooden pallet. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't think I was going to own a wooden pallet. Luckily for me, it was way lighter than it looked. I thought it was going to be heavy as shit. It actually was pretty light. So I put on my work gloves. I have gloves that I wear when I do heavy work so I don't hurt my hands. And I picked it up so I didn't get splinters. And I brought it, I basically leaned it against the wall in my garage. Like, well, I guess I have a pallet. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do with this. I have no use for this whatsoever. Maybe someday I'll have a use for a pallet or whatever. All right. So I was going to basically figure this out. Like, how am I going to get all this shit upstairs? So I at first said, you know what? I'm going to do my best to try to get this 75+ pound box upstairs. And so I tried to lift it because it has those plastic straps on it. And I did get it up one step, and immediately the plastic started to break. And I'm like, that's not going to do it. So we're just going to do it the old-fashioned way. And so I basically lifted the box stair by stair. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my God, it was an ordeal. Because listen, am I lifting and working out? Yes, I am. Am I lifting and working out 75-pound narrow boxes and walking up entire flights of stairs? No. Now, hopefully, eventually, I will be able to do it easily because that's the whole point of me getting the weight machine, is to buff up and increase my strength and be able to do this, right? So, yeah. So I did get it up the stairs, and by the time that I got it up the stairs, I was like, oh my God, that hurt. You know what I mean? Like, oh. Now I was like, I'm not doing the second box right now. There's no way I'm doing that. So my wife and I broke up the big box that had all the parts of the machine in it. And we just basically together were walking up all the parts because there's a ton of parts. This thing is like 1 million pieces. And it's all steel. I bought a good one. I didn't buy some piece of junk. I bought a full steel cage weight machine, very high rated, can do a ton of exercises. Up to 200 pounds of weight. Says I thought it was only 150 pounds, but I'm not factoring in my head, the exercises also move the cage. So as you're moving it, you're also moving the metal along with the weight plates. So actually, this one can do up to 200 pounds of bench press. And And depending on the exercise you're doing, it's various. I think that the least amount is 150, but you can go up to 200 depending on the exercise. I was like, well, that's good. So, we got all the pieces up, and I also, being smart, I was like, I don't want this to just sit on my floor. So I bought the best level weight mat you could basically get. So what it is this thick reinforced foam, and then on top, it's got a rubber coating. And it comes in these squares, and you build a mat out of it. And so that's what you put the weight machine on, rather than just putting it direct on your floor and now having it damage your floor and everything. And this also insulates from noise and things like that. So built that first, then I started taking the pieces slowly, into the new workout room and building this thing. So I thought, oh, this is good. I got one of the boxes of weights up the stair. I'm not going to need those weights till the end. I needed those weight plates on like step 4 out of like 22. So I had to go get the weight plates and lug them up the stairs again. Like, oh my God. So I got the weight plates up, and then I finally started building this thing, and it needed, it came with the Allen wrench. It didn't come with the other wrenches you needed, because you needed 2 adjustable wrenches to build this thing, because it has heavy nuts, and you need to basically have times when there's a bolt and you have to like tighten a nut on both sides. So you need 2 adjustable wrenches to do it. Luckily, I did have multiple wrenches to do this. Because previously it didn't explain what tools you actually needed to build this thing. The good news is I have everything. Like I have every kind of screwdriver, wrench, whatever you need. So I knew that I was going to be good. So it took about, I would say, 4.5 hours. Okay, 4.5 hours to build this thing. It was a lot of work. And to be honest, I needed my wife's help. If she wasn't there to help me, there was a couple steps that would have been absolutely impossible. For example, they have you build the bottom base first. Duh, why wouldn't you? But then they want you to put big, tall, standing cylinders on it. So how am I going to do that? Because to do that, I have to have a bolt that goes from underneath through these holes into the bottom. But how do I do that by myself? I need someone to angle this thing and hold it in place. So one person can't even build this thing. You need 2 people to do it. So thank goodness she was there to help me. But not the whole time. Like basically, I needed her for like an hour and a half. The beginning steps were the most annoying. Once I got past those and the base was built, it was easier to do. It was a lot of tightening of bolts and stuff like that. But by far, the most complicated part was the pulley system. Because the way that these weight systems work is that you have reinforced steel cables, and they attach to various different things that you push and pull. That's your weight resistance. And they attach to the weight plates in the back. But they are on this crazy elaborate pulley system. I think it was like 17 wheels or something like that I had to build all over this thing. And they were a major pain in the butt, because it's funny. There's like 22, 23 steps to build this thing. And it's like, oh, so the first like 17 steps are all building the cage, and the final like 5 steps are the wheels. So you'd think, oh, so once you're at like step 17, 18, you're in the home stretch. Oh no, you have to install 18 wheels now. And when you're installing 18 wheels, that's the most time-taking thing, because you have to keep putting in all the bolts and tightening the nuts and making sure that it's aligned properly. Because one time I accidentally put the cable on the wrong side of the wheel, and then I had to undo it and redo it. But after about 4.5 hours, okay, I got it done. So the weight machine now is fully built, is functional and ready to go. Now, here's why this weight machine is cool, okay? It's got so many things you can do, all right? Like I said, when you're sitting down, you've got your press, you've got your butterflies, you actually have your pull down, so this builds your shoulder muscles up, okay? But then you've got leg stuff. There's multiple leg exercises like leg lifts. You can do leg pulls from the front of the machine. And then there's other exercises that you do from different positions standing. So when you're standing in front, you do a pull down, and that works out your triceps. You can do curls, either do standing curls, or you can sit down and do curls the opposite direction. Either way, they work. I think I'm going to do sitting curls, because I think it's a little bit safer and a little bit more comfortable, honestly. And what I'm really looking forward to is the crunches. It has a weighted crunches attachment, where you have these handles that you just put them on your shoulders, and then you just do crunches, sit-ups in the chair with weight. And that's what I was doing so many sit-ups on my old weight bench, okay? I broke it. So the weight bench was creaking endlessly. It didn't matter how much I tightened it. The thing was being destroyed. I was actually wearing the actual casing of the weight bench off because I was doing so many sit-ups. The thing was wearing out, and I'd only owned this since August of last year, and the thing was basically freaking destroyed, okay? So now I don't have to do sit-ups anymore. Instead, I just do the crunches with the weight, and it's going to be so much better because I get less repetitions, but way more effectiveness with the weight, you know? I'll actually be able... right now, I have a great, like, rock-hard stomach, but I don't have definition. Now I'll be able to get definition, which will be really cool, okay? So, it's exciting. Now, here's the thing, though. Obviously, it took me all day to build this thing, okay? So, you know, because again, I had to get the boxes in the house or whatever, and then I had to build it. So I wasn't done till like dinner time. Then we had dinner, and after dinner, I'm like, oh, we're not doing anything with that now. So I was fully intending that yesterday I was going to actually use my weight machine for the very first time, and I was sore as hell because I had lifted those boxes up the stairs. You know, I think that's what it was. I don't actually think it was building the machine that did it, but I think it was just getting the heavy-ass boxes up the stairs. My legs were killing me. I woke up, I was like, oh, my legs, I could barely move. So I said, you know what? I had worked out on Thursday night, okay? I had basically had an insane full-body workout building this thing on Friday. I said, I think I'm going to take Saturday off and not work out on this thing. I'm going to actually use it for the first time today. So actually, later today, for the first time ever, I'm going to use my workout machine. Now, I've basically broken it down into 2 different routines that I'm going to try to alternate between for this week and see how it goes. The thing is, most of these exercises I wasn't doing, or I was doing them with free weights, so I have no idea what weight to use for any of these. So for example, tonight I'm going to do bench press, the downward seated row, crunches, and the standing downward row. So that's going to work out my chest, my shoulders, my stomach / abs, and my triceps, okay? And I'm going to try to do all 4 of those, 3 to 4 sets each. I don't even know what weight to use. I just kind of have to experiment, okay? Then tomorrow, I'm going to try to do butterflies, which is when you go like this with the machine, and this also works out your chest, just different muscles. The seated curls, which is your biceps. The straight standing pull, so this is interesting. The same thing that you use to do crunches, you could stand in front of the machine and attach a handle, and you pull like this, and that works out your back as well. It's a different way to work out your back that I've never done before. And leg lifts, where you just sit and you lift your legs up with the weight resistance, and that builds up your thigh muscle. So I'm going to be doing this week, every other day, and then probably the end of the week I'll have a day off. But the thing is, I have no clue how I'm going to do. Will I be able to do 3 sets, 4 sets, or am I going to be tired after the 3rd set? How much weight will I be able to do? How easy will it be to switch the weight? Because it's just a pin. All you do is you rotate the pin, you can change the weights out. I'll have to experiment. But, man, it was crazy. It was a crazy amount of work, all right, these idiots. It's your quad, it's not your thigh muscle. Shut the fuck up. It's the muscle attached to your thigh, you idiot. Don't care what it's actually called. No one does. What I care about is if it works and if I make it bigger. That's what I care about. Okay. So anyway, yeah, it was a heck of a day on Friday doing all this. Now, yesterday, I basically had a much more relaxed day. Yes, I still had to go out and do errands and the like, which I did. But for the most part, I stayed at home with my wife and we just relaxed together. We got to watch a bunch of YouTube videos. We listened to some music. We did a whole bunch of stuff. We had some good food. We had sushi. We ordered sushi, which was really good. Just basically, it was a nice time to do the opposite of what we did Friday. Because Friday was stressful, work all day, building this damn thing. Saturday was a nice relaxation day. And I really enjoyed just relaxing with my wife and having a good one. I'll be honest. I do wish that we got to go out and do stuff, but there was no way we were going out after the day we had on Friday. I was so sore, I could barely move. I'm like, nah, there's no way we could do anything, you know. I did have to go grocery shopping, but that was about it. So yeah, and that was my 2 days off. I mean, how can I not bring this up, okay? So for those of you who aren't aware, Low tier god, LTG, is not having a very good time right now. His life could be a little better. I mean, he's already going through a lot of bad shit. For example, he apparently tried to have a DNA test taken to prove that his daughter wasn't really his daughter so that he wouldn't have to pay child support. But then even though he's the one who initiated this, he decided to pull out at the last minute. I can make a joke right there because that's something that he didn't do. Excuse me. No. Anyway, he decided not to take the test at the last minute, which made the court rule against him. And they ended up increasing the amount of money that he now owes to his baby mama, which he hasn't been paying, and he owes back pay for it, okay? So all this just happened in the last, like, month to 2 months, and things are already getting bad for him in this regard, okay? But then on top of that, there's this 8 million sub YouTuber, I guess his name is Jirian, and the way that I'm gonna understand it, this guy actually started off on, like, TikTok, making videos exposing child predators. Like, he actually was making videos about that guy EDP and shit like that. And apparently he blew up on TikTok making those kind of videos. And then he opened YouTube channels, and the YouTube channels blew up. So this guy is like a huge sub YouTuber because of this. So I guess he already had known about LTG from years ago, but he didn't know the extent of the rabbit hole and how deep it went. He just thought, much like me, he just thought, oh, this is just some asshole who's very braggadocious, very narcissistic. You know, he plays fighting games, and then he rage quits them and shit like that. And he thought that was the extent of it. He didn't know anything about LTG's past, about how he had, I mean, we watched it together, that Tarnished Pennies clip, where he's saying, oh, you should find a woman who's underage and groom her for years, and then finally when she's of age, then she should be your woman. It's like, what? Like, what on earth are you saying publicly in videos? Like, what kind of content did this guy put out? You know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely insane. So, anyway, he now finally has gotten wind of all of this going on, and has been doing, every day he's been doing new streams on LTG. And so an audience of millions are now being exposed to LTG in a way that he's never been exposed before. Like I said, most of the internet just thought that he was just some kind of a big-headed asshole who said stupid shit, you know, about video games and stuff like that. No one knew the extent of the crazy shit that this guy has said and done over the years, and the fact that he basically is mistreating women. He has a kid that he ignores. He freaking has said these horrible things about, like, basically grooming and pedophilia and stuff. Crazy shit. Okay? So he's been just absolutely being destroyed by this Jirian guy for days and days. And apparently yesterday, on stream, Jirian said, you know, I wonder if LTG, how his income works. Because how is it that he has these thousands of subs and everything on his stream? Does anyone believe that it's real? Does anyone believe that his streams actually have thousands of viewers like it says they do? And basically, like, he had a former mod come on and was talking, like, you know, I don't have any evidence, but it always seemed weird that he would have 1,000 people on his stream, but no one talking in chat. Well, guys, if you're not aware, I already exposed LTG for all of this during my King's Court stream back in April. I already proved 100% that the guy is faking all of his income, because one of his whales came to my stream and dropped a bunch of subs. And then after the fact, a few days later, I found out that the subs were nearly worthless because this guy's in one of these countries where basically the sub is worth way less than it would be if he was American. So in the USA, if you buy a subscription to my, well, it's a membership on YouTube. If you buy a membership to my channel on YouTube, it's $3.99. But this guy was buying them for less than $1. Okay? So it was absolutely crazy that this guy comes in and he dropped 50 memberships. Oh my God, that's going to be hundreds of dollars. No, it ended up being like $40. And so that's how LTG does his stuff, is he counts every single contribution as equal. It makes it look like he's incredibly affluent, when in reality, the vast majority of the income he gets is all devalued, and he probably has certain people who do this for him to try to blow him up and look rich, when in reality, he ain't. In reality, he doesn't make nearly as much as I do. And I know this for a fact because I've taken a look at his metrics, and I know for a fact that he's not making residual income like I do. He doesn't even make the stream income like I do. And all his subs are basically devalued or fake. Plus, he's spending money likely botting himself or having other people bot him to make it look like he's popular when he's not. He's a phony. So anyway, I tweeted Jirian last night, and I said, hey, if you want to talk about this, we can talk about it. I don't know if he would want to talk about it on stream or if he just wants to have a private conversation about how he operates, because I have evidence of stuff. That's up to him. But if he's really interested in it, I mean, this guy has been one of the biggest phonies ever on the internet for many, many years. And now finally the crap is hitting the fan. It's just like I've said over the last several years. Why is it that these people have flown under the radar for so long, but everyone A-logs me, right? Guys like Review Tech USA. All right, guys, let's be honest, like The Quartering. And this guy now, it's Gideon, not Jerry. Well, how do you say his name? Gideon? Gideon? I don't know how to pronounce his name. I've only seen clips of his stream. How do you say Gideon? Gideon? Someone tell me how to pronounce his name, because I have no fucking clue. Okay? I apologize. So, anyway. In regards to this, all right, basically, I can help the guy out, I mean, with some information, but that's up to him. If he has no interest in it, it's fine. I get it, because I'm a lol cow on the internet, and so he probably doesn't want to talk to me about it, because probably it'll bring him negative attention or whatever to be talking with someone like me, and that's fine. But the truth is, I actually have all the information, because I was already researching this for April, and I already figured the whole thing out, and I already talked about it on a stream and exposed the dude, and then he unblocked me from Twitter to say that I was gay for him, and then he reblocked me. Not Gideon, but LTG did that, okay? So anyway, it's up to him if he wants to contact me or not. He can DM me on X, or he can send me an email or whatever. I don't know how to contact the guy otherwise, because he doesn't have open DMs or anything like that. LTG is not having a good time right now. He is hard up. He is in a lot of pain, and deservedly so, because the guy is a vile human, and he parades around the internet like he's not involved with all these horrible things. He hasn't said these horrible things. He said far worse things than I've ever said, that's for sure. And it's just terrible that he just gets away with it, and people just want to put their fingers in their ears like this and go, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, dude, it's right there. You could play the clip of what he said about tarnished pennies and Drake, and this story he told about some girl. Well, I guess it was like on Facebook or whatever. He met her when she was 14, and he talked to her until she was 18, and then he slept with her. Like, dude, that's grooming. That's like the definition of grooming. You can't even explain it better than that. That's actually what grooming is. And you did it. And you openly, publicly admitted to it. Like, what the hell? Why should you have an internet presence? Because this is the problem, is people see that shit, and they'll be like, oh, well, look, this guy has 5,000 subs, and he's a successful streamer with all this prominence, and he makes all this money, he lives in a house for himself. No one should be following his example. No one. No one should be a horrible person to women on the internet and then get away with it and become prominent and rich. It shouldn't. I mean, quite frankly, the guy is a lowlife, and he shouldn't be having any level of success for what he's done. It's fucked up. So he's finally getting exposed, and it is what it is. I guess we'll see, but that's what's going on right now. Says, I'm happy to contribute to your goal. I don't have a goal. He said, here you go. Even though your stream is incredibly boring, I don't even have to read the rest. You paid me. Are you aware of this? That you actually paid me? Like, I don't know. I guess not. I guess you're not aware of that. Doobie Doo, this great drama segment about a groomer by a groomer, except I'm not a groomer. That idiocy that people always say about my ex a million years ago is not true. I only met my ex when she was already of legal age, and she messaged me. I didn't ever talk to her ever beforehand. So, good luck with your nonsensical stories that you made up because you don't like me. You're an idiot. Okay. No, I don't use an AI filter to make my arms look muscular. I'm sure I could figure it out if I wanted to. It's not all that elaborate. No. I told you what it is. It's camera angles, okay? So right now, this is a good angle. As you can see, my arm looks good from this angle. But if I do a different angle, it won't look nearly... See that? It doesn't look as good. It depends on the camera angle. Because remember, a webcam is a single camera. It's not like the human eye. The human eye has two lenses that give you a 3D perspective. So if you were here in person and you saw my arm, you say, oh, okay, it's that size. But just one lens looking at it, and depending on the angle, makes it look different. So it's hard to tell, is it big or not? Because now it looks big, but then if I put it at a different angle, it'll look skinny. And see, look, it actually looks less big and more skinny when I put it like that, you see? And also, when I turn on my face cam for gaming, the face cam automatically deletes everything around faces and everything. So for example, it'll delete some of the fat on my face, but it'll also delete some of the meat on my arm. So it makes my arm look skinnier, but it also makes my face look skinnier. That's how the AI background removal tool works. It always cuts just a little bit off around the edges of everything. It's not an AI filter. It's a background removal tool that does that when the face cam is on. We can't forget the gloves. We have to make sure that the cards are protected. Are you kidding me? What if I get a good pull and I've touched it with my human hands and I get oils on the cards? Then the value would be significantly reduced. We can't do that. All right. Here we go. My Mickey gloves, Mickey Mouse gloves for this. All right, ready? All right, everybody, let's do it. Let's get started. 4 packs. All right, let's just grab one from this side. It's another Lucario pack. Okay, cool. Let's see if we can get this down to a science today with the 4 packs that we're going to do. There we go. All right. What the hell is this song? What is this song display? Okay. So first off, here's your code. For anyone who's using these, I don't know if you're using them or not. Enjoy. I have no idea what you're getting for this. Okay. All right. So apparently I was doing it wrong because people were saying the whole thing about taking 3 cards from the bottom and putting them on top doesn't work anymore. That in the most recent sets, what they've done is they changed it so it doesn't even affect anything. So I'm not even going to bother with it. I'm just going to go straight with just flipping cards and seeing what they are rather than worrying about, oh, we got to change the order or whatever because apparently it doesn't affect anything anymore. That's like an outdated practice, okay? All right, so let's just go. Let's just start. We got 4 packs to do. What's up, King Michael? It's good to see you. Let's start. Let's see if we get anything good from the start. Here we go. So there you go. So your energy card will always be your first card as long as you're not reordering the pack. So there you go. Basic energy looks like water energy. Okay. And another thing, people are like, why are you putting those flat on your desk? I'm not. This is a pad. This is an actual protecting pad on the desk that's meant for playing card games or putting accessories on your desk, model building. That's what this is for. So don't worry. This is not on the desk. This is not abrasive. This is smooth and padded. Okay? Okay. Let's go. First real card. It's a metal. It's a holofoil. Kyogre. Basic Kyogre. Not a full art card, but it is holofoil, so it's a variation, right? Cool. I like how it looks. I like the holofoil look. I'm sure it doesn't mean it's not valuable. Right? We're looking for full art cards. Basically, only full art cards have value, for what I'm to understand. So this is really not a big deal. We're looking for full art cards, but I do like how it looks. Okay. We have a metal. Dialga. A silver metal Dialga. I do like the art on these. Okay. Another silver art card. Mega Signal. We already had that, right? Mega Signal, but this is a silver art version. Okay. Standard card. Who's this? Garganackle. So it's a stage 2. Oh, it's a final evolution. Garganackle. Pretty cool. Powerful Assault. I like the art on that one. Okay. Kadabra. That's a classic. Second evolution of Abracadabra and Alakazam. I like that card. I like some of the art is nice on these. Very nice. Is that true? People are saying the hit comes after the energy card. So then we should do it to build to the hit. We could do that. Okay, let's do that then. Frosmoth. That's the ice bug type. Frosmoth. Chilling Wings. Let's do that. Let's change it up then. Let's try to order it so that the hit will be the last card. Beware. That's the evolution of that bear. I forget the first form of this bear. But this is the second version. Beware. Looks like a teddy bear, honestly. But it's huge, right? It's like a ginormous Pokemon. Execute. We already have Execute. Well, now we have another one. Switch. So you can switch your Pokemon during the game. Switch out. Yep. Okay. And the last card is... Oh, Abra. So we had Abra and Kadabra in the same pack. That's cool. Okay. All right, so what you guys are saying is if we're doing it in order, the first card will always be an energy card. The second card will be considered your hit card. Right? Okay. So we should do it in order to build up to the hit. Right? Yeah. So do it face up is what you're saying. Gotcha. Put the cards face up and go through that way. Okay. We'll do that. All right, that sounds like a plan. So far, hold on. So far, this is our hit. So we'll leave that on top over here. That's our hit card that we got so far. Okay. Not that it's really a hit. It's probably worth nothing. Okay, let's do another one. We have 3 more to go. Who's that? Ah. Venusaur. Cool. Second, third, and fourth card could be a hit in the new set, but the guaranteed hit is right before the energy. Got it. Okay. All right. There we go. These cards will not come out. Even loosening the pack so much, they won't come out. They're stuck. There we are. Okay. All right, so to do it properly then, this is just your code. So here's your code, everybody. There you go. Okay. So what we should do is flip it like this. Okay. And so we take a look at each card like this. The thing is, nah, this ain't going to work because this is going to spoil. So what we should do is this. I'll just draw from the bottom like this, okay? And then I'll flip. That way it builds suspension. You don't spoil the next card. Okay, that's what I'll do. Okay, so who do we got? What is that? Eskew? It looks like a penguin with a frozen block of ice on its head. I've never seen that before. Eskew? Okay. Bayleaf. I've had Bayleaf before. Cool grass type. Stage 1, so this is the evolution. Cool. All right. Next one. Spearow, the classic, Gen 1. We saw a million of these in the Fire Red playthrough so far. Okay? All right. Onyx. Wait a minute. Why is it spelled with an I and not a Y? Isn't Onyx spelled with a Y? So why do they spell it with an I on the playing card? Evolution? No, it's not. That's a basic. Sleeve it, it's a misprint? No, it's not. It's always been with an I. I swear it was with a Y. I guess I'm misremembering. I swear Onyx had a Y, not an I, but maybe I'm wrong. All right, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, continuing on. A very dark color card. I like this one. Crawdaunt? Stage 2? No, Stage 1 Evolution, Crawdaunt. Why is it dark blue? None of the other cards are dark blue. I wonder why this one is dark blue color. I like it, though. I like its look. It's dark type, so the card is dark. Oh, is that true? Very good. I like the look of that card. Okay. We're nearing the hit, but not yet. Mystery Gardens, that's just an arena, right? One of the arenas you fight in. Okay. Soul Rock. That's right. It's rock type, but also fire type, is it not? It's supposed to be like a sun. I remember this guy, Soul Rock. Cosmic Beam. Cool. It's the Mandela effect. Oh, I see. So what people are saying is the actual word Onyx is spelled with a Y. The Pokemon's always been spelled with an I, but in your head you're thinking the real spelling. I see. Okay. All right. We're still not there, but we're getting there. Well, we did get a metallic card. We got a metallic Ice Cube, which we already have. Oh, you know Ice Cube, like Ice Cube? So it's Ice Cube, get it? I like the metallic version better than the standard version. The shiny blue is very nice, attractive to the eye. There you go. All right. Another metallic. Gumshoes. Remember Gumshoes is the evolution of the other one. I forget what the first evolution is. Honestly, isn't this art look weird? That art looks like cartoonish. That art doesn't look like the style of Pokemon. It's very cartoonish looking. So weird. All right. So now, of course, we're gonna if we just do the top card, that's that's your element. So now the next card is considered our hit card. We've built the suspense already. Here's our hit card for this pack. A holofoil Raikou. It doesn't ring a bell. Raikou. I don't remember this one. What generation is this one? I don't remember this Pokemon. Raikou. But nice, but I don't think it's going to be worth anything. Not a full art card. We're still looking for full art. We haven't found a full art yet. Gold, silver, people are saying. Oh, okay. I didn't play gold, silver. All right. So there's our 2 hits so far. Let's continue. We got 2 more packs to go on this stream, folks. All right. We'll do another Lucario pack. All right. Am I making a spreadsheet of all the cards? No. 2 more packs to go. Again, if I get another $50 contribution by the end of the podcast, we'll open another additional pack. Okay. So first, our code. To anyone who's actually using these, enjoy. All right, so again, I'll be going from bottom up. Ready? Here we go. Electrike. I remember Electrike. I actually like that card. That's a cool looking one. Kind of looks like an anime. Or actually looks more like manga, I think. That art style. Okay, second card. Sobble. I think it's supposed to be like the water lizard, right? Wasn't that a starter Pokemon, Sobble? I think that was a starter Pokemon one gen, if I remember correctly. But it is purely water type, right? Okay. Toxicroak. That's right. The toxic frog. This is poison type, right? Poison type, Toxicroak. That's the evolution. It's not the first four. Nice. Oh, look. It's Stuffle. That's what evolves into that bear, right? That we saw before. It's Stuffle. Light punch and flop. Normal type, I think? I think it's just normal type. Cute Stuffle. Oh. What do you mean cringe? Do you think that's cringe? Latios. Isn't this the guy we have the Mega Evolution of? It is, isn't it? We have the Mega Evolution Holofoil Latios. This is the standard Latios. Dragon Claw, does that mean it's a dragon type? I think it's dragon type, but I'm not sure. Okay? So far, nothing special. No foils or anything in this pack. Ninjask. So this is the evolution of the that Ninjak or whatever it was that I think was kind of like the cicada beetle. So this is the evolution of it. Ninjask. So definitely a bug type. Okay? Just a crappy repel. Repel. Not even a full art repel. Come on. Okay. All right. We finally got a metallic foil card, and it is Acerola's Mischief. I have no idea what this is supposed to be. Acerola's Mischief. But it is a metallic print card. It's metal, like silver. A supporter. Okay. We're almost to the card that's considered the hit. Oh, we do have another foil card. Alakazam. The full evolution, of course, of Abracadabra and then Alakazam. I like how this one looks full art, and this is a psychic type. Like a purple. Or psychic type. I like that full art version of Alakazam. Not, excuse me, the full metal version. Not art. Not full art. Okay. Alright, so now our energy card. What is that? Is that psychic energy? I'm assuming that's psychic energy. Alright. Alright, now this is our hit card of the pack. Ready? Let's see what we got. I have no clue. Wait a minute. Are you kidding me? It's Alakazam again? It's Alakazam again, but it's a holofoil Alakazam instead of a regular foil Alakazam. Well, that's ridiculous. I get two Alakazams in the same pack. Well, that's kind of a disappointment to get two of the same. Well, yeah, it's a scam. I know. I got scammed. I got scammed. Duh. Okay. All right. The last one for this opening. Another Venusaur. All right. This will be the last opening of the stream. Unless I get another $50 contribution, but I'm not foreseeing that happening. Let's go. The last pack. So far, I didn't get anything good. No, we have one full art card so far out of this box, and it was the freaking potion or whatever. Remember, like the energy drink? That's the only full art card we got so far. So, okay. All right. All right, so our code card, as usual. There we are. Okay. All right, going from the bottom. Tinka-tink? I have no idea. Tinka-tink? That doesn't really ring a bell. Tinka-tink. Not at all. I don't know. What gen is Tinka-tink? Anyone know? I don't know. Okay. Ooh. I like the look of that one. Now, is that also a dark type? Nicket? I think so, right? So I think it's dark type. I like the dark cards. They look pretty nice, the color scheme of them. I really like those. Okay? Miltank. We just fought a Miltank the last time we played Pokemon. And it was a tank indeed. It had tons of health. So Miltank, I think this is the normal type, right? That's why it's a white. Cool. Curlia? Is this a lower evolution of Gardevoir? It might be, right? So that's fairy type, correct? Fairy type Pokemon? Curlia. Nice art. Another one of the gumshoes. We already have gumshoes. So that's nothing special. Oh boy. The surfing beat. How exciting. We're going to the beach, everybody. I mean, it is almost summertime where people will be going to the real beach. There you go. Surfing beach. How exciting. All right. We have a few left, but it's not looking good, honestly. Ooh. I like this one. Centiscorch. I think I remember. It's bug type and fire type. It's supposed to be like a fire centipede. Looks pretty cool. Centiscorch. Like it. That's probably one of my favorite arts of all the cards we've opened right there. Centiscorch. I like it. Okay. We got a metal. It is Golden Go. What the hell is that? So I'm assuming it's a steel type. He's surfing. It's like a dude made of wood and he's surfing. Yet it says it's a steel type. Golden Go. I don't remember this guy. Golden Go. Yeah. All right. And so now we have our energy. Oh, wait. No, there's another extra. Hold on. I miscounted. Another medal. This one is the Pokemon Center Lady. What? Doesn't she have a name? I guess not. It's the Pokemon Center Lady. It's not Nurse Joy. It's the Pokemon Center Lady. Oh, boy. And it's metal. I always wanted a metal card of a Pokemon Center Lady. How exciting. All right, and then our energy card, which is just lightning. So here we go. Here we go, folks. Considered our hit card of the pack. Will it be anything good? Ready? No. It's a holofoil Steelix, which is the full evolution of Onyx, right? But it's a holofoil. It's not a full art card. Nope. So there you go. All right, well, We opened 4 packs. These are considered our hits of the packs here on top. But nothing too crazy at all. No. But that's how many? 7 packs out of the 36. So we have 29 packs left to go. Could there be anything good in here? I don't know. But so far, nothing good, right? So we only got 1 full art card, and it was a freaking potion. That's all we've got. So we got, yeah, that, and we got... This is the full art card that we got so far. The freaking Premium Power Pro. That's the only full art card we've gotten in our 7 packs that we've unpacked. So, not much luck. Yeah. All right. So sadly, nothing great, right? Nope, not really. I think the best looking card we have so far is still this one, which was like the first one we pulled. The Mega Latias with the metallic on it. Yep. All right, well. Nothing special so far, right? I guess we'll have to see as we continue.